Hey, this is Andy McKee, and I'm here at Guitar World. I'm going to play you my tune Ebon Coast, which is on my new live album called Live Book. And at the end, I'm going to talk about some of the techniques I use to compose this tune. So here we go. All right, so the first thing I should mention about Ebon Coast, this is on a baritone acoustic guitar, so this is a fourth interval lower than a standard guitar, but it's actually tuned in the same intervals. So, you know, this is a B major instead of an E major, but it's still played the same way. So Ebon Coast has a kind of an interesting rhythm that's kind of syncopated throughout most of it. I start out with these harmonics up here. And so a technique that I do quite a bit throughout this tune is this click sound. And this is kind of common in modern acoustic guitar playing, where you sort of simulate a snare drum sound by clicking your thumb against the strings, and they hit against the metal frets. So it sort of simulates the sound of the snares on the bottom of a snare drum, if you think of that. So you get this kind of sound. And I just do that by twisting my wrist like that. So there's a little click sound. And that kind of happens throughout the whole tune. When I guess I usually refer to my songs in song format, like verse and chorus and bridge and all that. So what I would call the verse, the way that I came up with these parts was kind of just playing chords that I liked on a standard tune guitar and seeing what they sounded like on a baritone. These kind of things, you know, and really liking that, and then finding little melodic ideas that could connect everything. So that's kind of the verse section. Little tap in here. I was hearing that note, you know, and I was like, well, I've got this beautiful chord ringing out. How am I going to get that? And so I just decided to reach over and tap it. And at least that's what. Fretting with the thumb. It's something I don't do that much. I've actually got really small hands. But that was the only way to really make this chord work. So I reached over with the thumb there to get the B. Well, I guess that's not a B anymore, it's an F sharp, but that was there. So I always loved the sound of that, this big A minor. Well, I guess we've got a B in there and a G. So it's like a minor ninth, I guess. Am I right? I think so. Here's the next section. So I wanted to just change the tune a bit when it came to this, I guess, bridge part, you could say, by having a different technical approach. And so I was tapping bass notes and then sort of pulling off harmonies and things with the left hand. And since we're in standard tuning and playing in the key of E minor or B minor in this case, a lot of your harmonics are going to sound great, you know, because you're in the minor. You can use these, you know, and they'll all sound good in this key. So I started out with these pull-offs down here, and then going to some harmonies here. So let's see. Yeah, boy, I gotta get back into it. Little slide up there. And there's this little technique too is kind of replacing that snare sound that we were doing earlier. So kind of getting this in there. And then when it moves up here to the B minor, I also get sort of the slap harmonic. So that's with bouncing right off the harmonic node with your index, or middle finger for me. I like to use the middle to get those up here. So. And into some few chords down here. Really the only other part, I guess, is the end is in a 7 time signature, which again I just kind of wanted to add a little more interest to the ending of the tune with something different. So it's that last little technique there, I'm pulling off the index finger, fretting the harmonic on the 12th fret here, just to get a open B minor at the end like that. So that's some of the bits about Ebon Coast. Thanks for checking it out. If you want to follow me on Facebook, I run my own fan page and all that, and Twitter and Instagram, you know, and andymckee.com, of course, is my website. You can find tour dates on there. I'm on the road like 60-70% of the year, so I'm always doing gigs. So come check it out sometime. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll see you out there.